Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan on a Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to be your host on this Saturday, talking a little real estate in the studio. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty, and your fashionable host. I'm all dressed up today with Real Estate with Ryan. Got my suit on, been busy, been talking to some clients. It is that time of the year. We're winding down. It's kind of hard to believe it. And it's hard to believe Thanksgiving's next week. So before I get on my rant, I want to wish all you guys, we probably won't be here next week, a happy Thanksgiving. With all you and your family. I know if you watch the news media that you may be restricted to Thanksgiving. I think I actually saw the other day that they want you to wear masks in your home. I really asked April, I said, are they really requiring masks in our home? Surely they're not serious. She said they're serious. Guys, have the world, they lost their minds. I don't know if this 2020 is just everybody's lost their minds, but it sure feels like it. And I'm just ready to turn the clock here in 2021. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to be celebrating on a new year in January for all that's going to be coming forward as we start a new year. But we still got to finish some unhandled business this year. And so we're here, we're doing our part, and we're going to have a good show for you. And, you know, the market's heating up. But before we talk about the market, I've got to do some congrats. I got to congratulate some people, some clients that are working with us, some congratulations on their homes, and some new listings are coming on the market right for Thanksgiving, right for the holidays. If you guys are looking for a home or that forever home, maybe you're like a lot of people that are relocating to the great state of Tennessee. Maybe you're new to this program. We welcome you here. And I want to tell you about some new listings that you won't find anywhere on the market. Let's start with new listings that probably won't be here next show. Let's go 116 Circle Drive. 1164 Circle Drive in Powell. Just a gem that we just listed today. Listed at $279. It's about 1,700 square feet, 2.9 acres, beautifully landscaped. All the updates. It's got a beautiful basement, perfect for that man cave, even have a space down there for a private office. So you guys want to definitely check that out on my website. Let's talk about a new one out in Kingston. It's live on the market, 167 Marble View. Beautiful lake views, basement similar. It's got about an acre of land, updated laminate, wood-burning fireplace. Just a lot to offer there. Make sure you check out that property. Hitting the market tomorrow or maybe later today, 639 Clear Branch Road in Rocky Top. Great two-story with a full basement, a lot of space, over 4,000 square feet. I think, what is it, Nick? 4 or 5 acres, 6 acres. It's got a lot of acreage, beautiful trees that surround it. We did some aerial shots and you could see the mountains in the back, or just the scenery is gorgeous back there. So you want to check that out, convenient to the interstate. And we have a coming soon, one of our luxury properties down the Sequoia Hills, Rocky Top area, 7029 Crystal Lake. You want to check that out on our website. It's spectacular. It's really modern. It's something that you would see over in the West Coast, all the bells, all the whistles. It's got a Q4 system, in-ground pool, amazing views. Check that one out. We got 3514 Wendy J Farms, over 30 plus acres, beautiful, peaceful retreat in Louisville. Luxury estate, just right under $1 million. And then we'll do some congrats real quick, guys. Regas, congratulations to Coach on his purchase and his sale. Also, congratulations to buyers on number 306 and 206, two of the condos that we just sold down in Regas. Congratulations to the Shaws on their sale of their property in Conkennon. And congratulations to some more, but we can't get them all on the show, so I won't keep rambling. But thank you guys. We appreciate you so much, and thanks for your support. Now, we got a good show. We're going to talk about how to deal with multiple offers. So if you guys have been following the real estate market, maybe you're just tuning into this show and you just, you watch the market, the rates are just crazy low. But you're not into it like us. We kind of do this thing every day. And I was just talking to a customer before we listed a house in Powell, and I said, you know what? The average consumer is really not involved. I mean, that's why you really want to get a great agent involved in the marketplace, because what you see on news, what you see on Zillow, what you see on Realtor.com really does not translate in the real estate market. We're kind of in the trenches. And this year has been insanely crazy for a lot of things. Not only the real estate market has lower inventory, challenge of buyers to find properties, and then dealing with everything regarding the pandemic. We got lenders that are tightening their restrictions on loans. So all these things make a challenging market. But on the show, we're going to talk about multiple offers because we've been very, very successful here recently. And I'll talk about my friends that we just listed the property and got them $75,000 above where they thought they were going to be prior. And now they're able to move in their forever home, actually right down the street we just left. But how do you deal with multiple offers? And is it even possible? Is it possible in the market? Well, it is extremely possible. And we'll talk about how to deal with that. What is multiple offers in the first place? Multiple offers, it may express what it really says. It means you got more than one. You got uno, dos, tres, cuatro, a lot of different offers, right? Don't laugh on my Spanish. My daughter's taking Spanish in co-op. And she's really excited about Spanish. And she starts speaking, all of a sudden, she just starts saying Spanish to me. So if I start speaking out my Spanish, it's because my daughter's speaking Spanish in the house. So anyway, hey, listen, come on. It's my show. I can have a little comedy here. So we're talking about multiple offers. Let's talk about how we get there. Well, we want to start the stage and how most agents, you want to choose an agent that's in the marketplace that deals with a lot of property on all price ranges, your high end, your mid-level, and your move-up buyer. And how you set that stage, not everybody is equated the same. Not every agent is familiar with how to do high-end or multiple properties. The first things you want to do is how do you handle those and what's your process? So if you're interviewing agents, how do you handle multiple offers? Walk them through the steps. There is a process. There is a way to do this. Ideally, the best step that you want to do if you're going to do multiple offers and you want to get a property in the best position, it always starts with the marketing. I tell all my sellers, listen, it starts with marketing, whether you're doing multiple offers or you go with one. The presentation has to be there. If the curb appeal doesn't look inviting from the street, it doesn't really matter what's going on the inside. The buyer will pass it on to the next. So that's so important, even as we approach the fall, where we're in the fall, going into the winter seasons, that we have that best curb appeal, that it looks inviting. We talked about last show about the holidays and how that Christmas lights or Thanksgiving, having the house decorated looks inviting. It gets fall, it gets festive, it gets everybody in the mood. And that opportunity to be in the mode of spending some money in the holiday seasons, especially on that new home. The opportunity on multiple offers starts with the digital and online presentation. Once we've got that, it's always advisable. Make sure that when you set up a showing, that you have some deferred showings. What do I mean deferred showings? Well, we have an opportunity to go live right away, or we could stage, let's use our example in Powell. We're going to list this property. And these guys were on the market. They had a contract that fell through. They buyers coming through on the home inspection and really just wanted the whole list. We just spent about an hour walking through with them, and the list was just so overwhelming. And it was cosmetic stuff. Buyers never bought, maybe this is his first home or it's been a while since he's bought a home, and they gave him a 90-page list of things to repair. Well, that's very frustrating for the seller. A lot of those items were very cosmetic. So we look at that and go, okay, where do we start out? Well, when we go first and or highest and best offer, that's usually what happens when we get into that multiple offer situation. That multiple offer situation, by delaying when everybody's coming through, sellers, this is a great opportunity. We were talking with some clients yesterday. You guys that have kids, you guys have big family. One of the biggest frustrations is the market is down with the amount of inventory, but the buyers are high. The traffic is insane. Some of my sellers, the biggest challenge is dealing with all the showings that we're dealing with and accommodating those on a home that's occupied. That's a lot of people in a short period of time, and we're in the middle of a pandemic with everything going on. So it makes it super, super stressful. So how can we handle all that and address that? Well, having everybody come through, let's say on a weekend or a Monday or Tuesday, and giving them pre-notice allows buyers that maybe have lost out on properties 3 or 4 times to actually be able to bid on one that they're looking for. Number 2, gets yourself as a seller to really get the pick of the litter, to get the best offer. And the best offer may not always just be money. Give an example on the property we just sold on Hobble Lane. We had 6 or 7 offers on the property. And the challenge was, yes, we got a good price. Yes, we got above list price, but it wasn't just the money. The money was important. The numbers were going to carry it. The challenge for them is it's a domino effect. And that domino effect means they're selling their home like most people, and they're moving to the next home. And then that next home becomes the very challenge because they're becoming a seller in this marketplace and going right into the buyer market. And as you can see, the seller market's easier and the buyer market is extremely tough. So how we handle that is transition. But how we handle that is being able to pick the right buyer and the right offer that will allow them to work the scenario that makes sense. And we're going to talk more about this on our break. Stay with us, and we'll see you here right after the break.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, man.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown
He
Realty.
says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taking too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel. All right, we're going quick here. Thanks for coming back on the break. You just got so much to cover. But in the first part of the show, we were talking about how to handle multiple offers and transition into that. And I want to talk about my great client that we just sold. We left him out the beginning part of the break, but this transitions over into this part. So congratulations to 4514, the Thomases on Hobble Lane, sold in record time. And in this scenario, they gave us an opportunity. Not only did we get way above list price, but it was able to get these items and the features that we were talking about. So as I was coming in break, I said, hey, it's not always about the money. Show me the money. Well, I like the money, but it's more than just that, right? And in their scenario, they're going back into the marketplace as a buyer, right? As a buyer. And that becomes a struggle. Well, guess what? They too got involved with a multiple offer scenario. And we were sweating it out, and we were extended. And then we got into the second day. I think we went into the part of the third day, and we're able to win. But that opportunity was only starting by us being able to sell their home in the short amount of time. But we also had an opportunity for a rent back or a possession agreement. Now, I just had a conversation with some clients last night, and they mentioned, they said, well, is that even an option in this market? Well, it's definitely on the market, an option. It's definitely an option in the market today if you get the right buyer. Guys, you got to remember that the buyers in today's market, the question of getting deals or really, really, lowball deals is just not there. The question is securing the property. We've got to be able to get there, get somewhat decent terms, try to accomplish 80, 85% of our goal, but then secure the property. Because the reality, unfortunately, is if we don't secure the property, the next guy's going to come through there. And then we repeat that cycle. But it all does come down to how bad you want the property, how bad makes sense. I always tell everybody, listen, it's a big decision. Be at peace on it. No matter how crazy the market is, how hot the market is, you've got to feel good about it. And we don't want to pressure you here. We're not here to push you. We're here to guide you. We're going to walk you through the step, give you all the information. But ultimately, it is a competitive market. And with that comes some things that you don't have to do. But remember, guys, it's never going to be a seller's market and a buyer's market equal. It will either, tongue-tied, it will be either a buyer's market or a seller's market. They shift. The pendulums shift very easily. And so we got to understand that's the ebb and flow of the real estate market. We got to understand that just happens, okay? So keep that in mind. Real estate's always going to be fluid, and we have those issues. Keep in mind that one of the things that we talked about, this is one of the articles that mentioned, it said the Code of Realtor Ethics does not require that the agent disclose that there's multiple offers. I have to double check that if that's true, not true. I think that is correct. But in the article, why wouldn't you if you're representing the seller? Now, a lot of times they won't tell you what that offer is and kind of bidding blindly on that. But that's an opportunity for a seller that if you're handling multiple offers, why would you do that? Why would you tell the other people what it is? Well, really, the actual truth about that is if you let somebody know and you're working back to forth, if this person's at 360 and this one's 355 or 362, maybe is the best chance for a seller to get them more money in a short period of time. I mean, reality, that's your next opportunity. Keep in mind that when you deal with multiple offers, you can go back and forth between the seller or one seller and a buyer, and then the next buyer, and go back and forth and see what makes sense. In today's market, we're dealing with escalation clauses. You guys listen on the radio may not know what that is, but routinely we're doing escalation clauses, which mean, let's say, for example, the house is listed at $500,000, but we're willing to go up to $525,000. So a lot of our escalation clauses are written that the purchaser will pay up to $525,000 or $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 above the highest offer. You're going to see that very commonly, and we're using that to beat out the next buyer. Yes, it's crazy out there, and we're dealing with that. So important that you get an agent representing you on the buy side or the sell side that's experienced in this process. So you say escalation. How can we beat these crazy offers? We talked about it. Some things that you can do that's very, very beneficial is when you're making an offer in today's market, number one, make sure you're pre-approved. And when I say pre-approved, it doesn't mean just a little pre-qualification from the lender. Make sure you have shown that you've checked your credit, your income, verified funds. If there's anything there that we need to do, if money's coming from somewhere, you want to have the verified funds to close. These are important situations that put your actual purchase contract above other buyers. Now, if you just get the basic letter that's printed out on the screen and sent over, sometimes that works, sometimes that does not. A lot of times being pre-approved versus pre-qualified makes the difference. Having a lender that has reputation of closing deals and that is able to communicate the buyer situations from the listing agent quickly is a big difference. Some of the lenders that don't answer the phone, you can't reach them, they're working banker hours, and the listing agent, I know on our end, we can't verify that buyer. Sometimes that buyer is excluded because you can't reach them and verify the strength of what's on the paper. There's always been those issues where some agents in the marketplace have taken deals and they've not done their homework, and they end up getting into a multiple bid situation. They take the wrong offer, and guess what? That wrong offer had a pre-qualification letter, and they haven't done any of their homework. And then you've seen those homes that come back on the market. Now, it's not just always the financing, but sometimes these are where your diligence on the front end makes it important. Paying cash. The old saying, cash is king. Is it really king? Sure makes a big difference in this market. But in this market, aren't you going to be getting financing versus cash as well? A lot of times we've got to educate our sellers that just because it's getting cash, there are a lot of those contingencies still in play on the marketplace. We just beat out a cash offer on one that we just closed. And just because it was cash, a lot of times those buyers, because they are paying cash, they want a deal. Well, in this market, the financed offer will usually be your highest deal because they're financing. Although there is that balance of cash is stronger and there's less contingencies and should be stronger to close. Those are things that you have to weigh with your agent. Looking at contingencies. What are contingencies? In the market today, we're seeing sale contingencies all the time, and it makes it very challenging. There's contingencies that we're getting on properties that the home is not even on the market, and one that we had to reject because the client was in California and the property was not even on the market. So agents, or if you're representing your buyers, make sure that if they can qualify without the other home, other sale contingency, get that in your letter, get that in writing, get it up front. In this market, it's too competitive to put your home on the market and make it contingent upon you putting it on the market. You don't even have it done yet. You're actually absolutely spinning your wheels on that process. So make sure that you follow your agent's advice, and we'll talk about steps. But what do you do if you have to sell that home? Well, you want to make sure yours is sold, but make it contingent upon you finding something else. So that all starts with negotiation, and it all starts with the right buyer for your home. Remember, a great agent is going to walk you through those steps, and being that it's a seller's market or a more competitive market for the seller, you should be able to have the pick of the litter. and the pick of the choice, where maybe it's not just money, but timing really comes into play. We talked about now more than ever. I can't stress this enough, that if you're thinking about selling it yourself, you're really losing money on the table, not just by the commission, but creating multiple offers. A couple that we just listed the other day, they are literally taking an offer, looks like $29,000 above list to save some commission. Luckily, that didn't work out for them. We're able to step in, and I think I'm able to get them full price and probably sell in a couple of days with competing. But listen, make sure you're talking to great agents and you get those conversations and evaluate what's best for you guys. As we kind of wind down on the multiple offers, make sure you get a spreadsheet. When you get multiple offers, list them on a spreadsheet. Put the contingencies, cash, go over those with your client or look at those together and see what really makes sense and how to handle those throughout the process. At the end of the day, it takes one. Don't be greedy. Don't offend one buyer that could be your backup buyer. Look at backup offers. Those are a possibility. Sometimes we would encourage not to take a backup offer because it may lock you in. And when the property goes back, there may be a more advantageous buyer out there. So that's kind of the rundown on how to win a bidding war, multiple offers. Just like anything, guys, this too shall last. It won't always be so hot and heavy. If you're thinking about selling now, rest of the year, you know who to call. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to look at your property, free, no cost. Come out and tell you what we need to do, how we can get you bidding wars, how we can get you multiple offers. Again, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty, and our team is here for you. Proud sponsor of the Vols. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can catch us at ryancoleman.org or look us up on Hometown Realty for the most up-to-date information on the real estate market. And again, we have new properties hitting the market that you may be looking for. Hope to see you guys next week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family, and we'll see you next Saturday.